go
Welcome
good.
to the Goalie Corner, Windsor Spitfire goalie, Xavier Medina. Hope you're having a great day, Xavier, and excited to hear about your journey to the OHL and what's next for you after this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the future holds, but hopefully I can sign an NHL or AHL deal. And if I got to stay in Windsor for 1 more year, that's not so bad. It's a very good
Not so
place to play.
bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty warm this time of year.
Yeah. It got freezing. I have to start the car every morning.
At least you have that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off with a few softball questions to warm up here.
Okay.
Who's your favorite goalie?
I probably gotta say I like Mark. I like a couple goals. I like Marc-Andre Fleury. I like his personality. I like Carey Price, how smooth he is, and I like Carter Hart's game. So I'm gonna go with those three.
That's not a bad three to pick off of.
Yeah.
Why did you become a goalie?
So I moved to Florida with my mom, and she was our goalie when went out of town, and I was watching Chris Osgood, and I was like, "Oh, mom, I can play goalie. I can play goalie." And then I fell in love with it. And then when I went back home to Michigan, I just kept playing.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Chris Osgood. He lives close to me actually out here. I used to see him during the summer training.
Yeah, I
Pretty
know.
cool.
My old coach was Chris Draper, so I actually got to meet Chris Osgood. It's pretty cool. He's actually a really good guy. I can't say nothing bad about him.
No, I don't think you'd want to either.
No, not at all.
Why did you? So that's how you started becoming goalie, right? You fell in love watching Chris Osgood.
Yeah.
Why did you stick with being a goalie?
I don't know. I guess it's a good question. I mean, I was actually a forward too before, and I was actually really good at forward. But I mean, I just had more fun at playing goalie, and also my dad was a goalie too. So like when he would play beer league hockey and come home with all his gear, I thought that was pretty cool too. So he probably had a little bit of an impact on that.
Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah, probably a lot actually.
All right. Well, there's the warm up.
Yeah.
What can you give us like a brief history? So you went to Florida, I think you said, and then you came
Yeah.
back to Michigan.
So I moved to Florida when I was it's probably about 8. I moved to Florida. I was playing hockey before then. And I moved back to Michigan. I kept playing hockey, and then I knew about hockey, but my dad joined hockey late, so he didn't really know what was going on. So he signed me up for a team that was 2 years older than me, and I made the team. And then as I was growing up, like people that knew what they were doing in hockey kind of told my parents that like I should go down a level because like I actually have a shot. Like I'm pretty good. And so like we went down a level. Well, it was double A, but I was still playing a year old. And then my double A coach was like, "You need to bring him down to his own level. He's ready for triple A. Like we think he's really good." And then Chris Draper, he has a kid my age, so he found interest in me, and I was playing for Little Caesars, and then we went to the Quebec, and then we went to the break. Like we did all that stuff, and then we were winning a lot of like championships with that team. I played for Draper for 5 years, and we were in the top 3 in the country for 4 of them, or 5, all 5. I think there was only 1 year that we finished 3rd. So like a very successful team, yeah. And then like mom and dad just thought it was time. Like we got to change it up, right? Like I was at the team 5 years, so I went to U14 Beltire, and then I ended up breaking my shoulder and had surgery on my shoulder. And then like it's the year before the draft, so as an American player, like you don't really know about the OHL. Like all they teach about is USHL in college. So I was trying to focus in school while my shoulder was broken, and try to get my grades up, and like do the process, go through the NOL, go through the USHL, and hopefully get a scholarship. And then I healed way faster than we expected, and so I ended up making a U16 Honey Bake team, and they were very, very talented, very good coach, Jason Deskins. I still talk to him to this day, but so he ended up taking me on his team. I had a really, really good year. I made the top 40 program for USA Hockey, And then as I was at that camp, Windsor Spitfires were talking to me, saying that they would love for me to come play with them, that they were going to draft me, and that opened up a whole new jar because like mom and dad didn't really know about the OHL; they just knew the USHL. That's what they thought was normal, and so I got drafted. Windsor ended up drafting me. Didn't sign first year. Like we were bummed out. Like they told us one thing and another thing happened. And then so I went to Muskegon, and then I told mom and dad like it's far, like it's 3.5 hours, and I wasn't even playing. So I came back home, played U18 Grizzlies, and then I ended up signing with the Spits. And I'm here today
Gotcha.
still. Yeah.
That's wild. You kind of touched on a handful of questions I had for you.
Yeah.
We'll try to go in order here, but
I can dig deeper into them if you want. Yeah.
no, that's pretty cool for sure. So the next question I had here was, since you're from Detroit, it might be a little bit different, like your minor hockey compared to like Canada's minor hockey. Like everybody here kind of plays when they first begin underneath like a minor hockey association that's town based.
Yeah.
So you don't really necessarily get to choose, hey, you know what, like I've had my time with Little Caesars, I'm going to I can't remember the other location you said.
Yeah.
Right.
So for us, it's like it's kind of crazy. Like it's like your head coach. So like you like head coaches will call you. Like I was 14 and I had 3 head coaches calling me to come play for their. Like I was still a kid. I didn't know what decision I was making. I didn't know if you were a good coach or not, right? And so it's
That's
kind of
wild.
crazy. Like yeah, like some people move. Like I've had some buddies move like hours away from home just to come play for certain coaches. Like some coaches are very good. So like it's unbelievable. Like I know Matt Maggio, he wanted to play for Beltire the same year as me. And like you said, like you got to kind of play for your own like city. So I guess Tecumseh wouldn't let him go, or some county or something wouldn't let him go, so he couldn't come. And like that was like I was kind of surprised, but now like I'm older and I understand it. It's like wow, that like it's crazy to me how it works over here.
That's crazy. And not to brush over the fact that when you started hockey or started being a goalie, you were playing for 2 ages higher.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
wild. And so you were essentially like learning the craft at a higher level. And then when people told you like you were good enough to play AAA or anything, you went back down to your age group and just excelled.
yeah. Like I gotta give it to my coach, right? Because like I was like I think I was 10 when I was playing 2 years up, and everyone was 12. So he kept me to higher standards, right? Like he didn't care how old I was. He just knew like I had to come out there and like I had to like make those guys good at practice too, right? Like he like because I would have like coaches like they'll be like, oh, he's younger, so like they would flick pucks at me like and try to get me to save the puck. But this coach, he was ripping them at me like I was 12 too, right? And
Yeah.
I honestly think that made me a better player. And I was little, so like I didn't know. I just thought that's how he shot, so I didn't say anything. Like my dad still tells me to this day that I should call that coach and thank him every day that he did that for me. That he thinks that helped me a lot.
How did your parents know who to listen to when they approached you with advice about your future career?
Okay, that's good. So luckily I had an agent when I was 14, 15. I got an agent, and he was I'll say his name, Ryan Barnes. He was really good. So he would point me in the right direction. Like he knew like as we were getting like as like my parents really like I'm a middle child, so like my oldest brothers didn't play, so they didn't really know what was going on. They were still learning as I was learning. So like
Right.
we got an agent, and he like walked us through and gave us backgrounds on people like this coach had 10 guys move on in the last 20 years, or this guy had 20 guys move on. So like he kind of helped us out like in that aspect. So it's huge for us. Like now that we're older and I have little brothers, like we kind of know the process. So now like we're going through it again with my little brother. So now we know what to expect and what to look for in a coach.
That's pretty cool. And just to make a side point, you've mentioned more about knowing the coaches that you're about to potentially play for than like the association or like kind of the culture behind that entity, right? It's the coach is so important.
Yeah, like for us, like for one, for me, it's like you can't play for a guy that you don't like, right? Like
Yeah.
let's just say I was like, you're not gonna play through an injury for a guy that you don't like. But like for all my coaches, like I still talk to all of them to this day. Like if I had a broken leg and if I could skate, I would play for that guy. Like I had a couple of coaches that I'd run through a brick wall for, right? And like it's huge because you see those guys almost every day, so you might as well make a bond with them, right? You might like, so yeah, like I've learned like once you build a bond with the coach, like everything just runs so much smoother. And like once they start trusting you, and then you can build the culture, right? You can lead by example if the coach trusts you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Okay. Why don't we go to what I looking from the outside in?
Okay.
Okay. In Canada, we talk a lot about the O, a lot about WHL, a lot about the Q, right?
Okay.
Kind of like the untapped like gold mine for us is the USHL,
Okay.
right? So I'm assuming because you kind of touched on it that you were going to go through that process before Windsor approached you, right?
Yeah.
How did you actually make the decision of not going to the USHL route and deciding to go to the O?
So for us, again, I had an agent at the time, and so like I'm not saying anything bad about the USHL, but the USHL is more of like you play your 4 or 5 years in USHL, you develop as a player, and then you go play another 4 years in college. So like by that time you're what, 26, 27, going into, let's just say, your AHL or your first NHL game, right? Unless you're unreal and they sign you out of the USHL, very rare, or they let you develop in college. So for me, it was kind of like the USHL is like a long process, right? If you're trying to extend your hockey career, like it's not a bad route, right? Everyone develops at different times. So me and my parents just thought it's best like I'm not gonna really develop anymore in the USHL. Go to the OHL. There's a lot of guys that are already signed in the NHL. Like there's a pro players in the league, so like we thought that would be better for me.
Okay. I like that answer. That's definitely a lot different approach
Yeah,
to making that. It's a huge decision, right? And it sounds
yeah,
like you've done your research and you made the choice that best suits your game.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. That was a good answer. I like that. What are some other hard decisions that you've had to make in your career, right? You mentioned at 14, 15, you got an agent. You were getting phone calls from head coaches at the age of 14.
Yeah.
Like, how did you, besides doing your homework on the coach, like, how were you able to make those decisions?
So I actually had to sit down and talk with a lot of them, like well, growing up, like with the coaches. I had to sit down talk with each coach. They took me out to lunch or something, and then they got to know them, and then I picked what one I thought was going to be best for me. And then, like you said, signing as an American player, signing as an OHL or going to USHL. I just like a lot of like I'm a huge family guy, so like I'll just sit down with my family and we'll have a discussion and what we think is best for me, and that's how we really decide our big decisions. If is this like a family discussion?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was it like stepping into the league and getting the opportunity to battle for a starting position instead of like just being like, hey, you're backup?
Yeah. So yeah, coming into the league, like I knew it was going to be very very hard. The game was just so much faster and everything, and like you said, like Kari Peronin, he helped me through it a lot. Like I could ask him anything, any questions, and he would walk me through. He would help me. He would show me what to do. And then also, we had our goalie coach Perry Wilson. We worked summers before, and he helped my game tremendously. Like he made me to the goalie who I am today, right? So like having him there every day, walking me through it, going through film is huge. And then, like you said, that like the starting position, like I mean, he had a year in the league above me, so like obviously I knew I wasn't going to come in and just play 25 games right away. So like I knew every day I'd have to chip away at it. And then like good for him. Luckily he went to World Juniors for 12 games. And instead of our GM like pulling the trigger and trying to trade for a guy in that time, they actually trusted me for those 12 games. And I played all 12. And I think I
Wow.
went yeah, I think I went like 8-4 or 8-3-1 or something like that. And so like I think that's when I really like got my coach's attention was like this kid can play. And like when Carr came back, like he was a little shaky. So like I just kept playing games when he came back, and I think that helped me tremendously. And unfortunately, like I didn't get playoff experience because of COVID, but it's all right. Like it's part of the game.
Yeah, well, you're going to get it this year, right? So,
Yeah, hopefully.
well, I was just looking online. It looks like you guys are already mathematically in. So,
Yeah,
sucks.
it's just the West is so tight, right? It's like you lose 3 games and you're now in 6 when you're just sitting in second, right? It's so
That's
tight.
true.
But
That's
I
true.
mean, I think whoever we run into the playoffs, like I think we're a very very good hockey team. So I'm excited for this playoff run.
Yeah, I'll be watching for sure.
Yeah.
What are going to like your game on ice? What are like your like top 3 strengths or best characteristics if someone was to watch, sit down and be like, okay, he is exceptional at XYZ?
So I think I move well on my feet. Like some guys would slide, and I prefer to move on my feet. I think I do that very well. I think I read the game very well too. Like some guys might not even notice things I notice. And then another one is like no matter what, like I'm gonna compete, right? Like let's just say another guy starts and he lets in 4 in the first. I'm gonna give my team the best chance to come back and win, right? Like I'm gonna try to keep it at 4, like no matter what. Like I'm always gonna compete for my guys. I think that's one thing that you'll always notice.
Right on. Here's kind of an oddball question to you.
Okay.
I'm going to add or give you the heads up, and I'm looking for an outside the box answer.
Okay.
What does hard work look like to you?
Oh. Um Hard work to me is someone who goes in when they don't want to go in. Like a lot of guys, like when you see a lot of guys working out and doing stuff like working on their game, yeah, it's easy to go join them and work on it. But is it easy to go work hard when no one else is in the room or no one else is watching you, or even like like you don't know if the results are going to even be worth it, but are you still willing to put that hard work in? That's what hard work is to me.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Okay, here's another kind of putting you on the spot.
That's like
What separates you from the rest of the goalies in the league?
uh I think I mean I don't know, but I can't say like I don't like personally I don't know a lot of goalies in the league, but like I think I have a really really strong bond with my teammates. Like when my teammates like when I'm in, when they like they know I'm back there, like I think they're not as scared to block shots. Like they know like he's a good guy off the ice. Like maybe they are willing to sacrifice their body for me because they know I'm willing to do it for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's what probably separates us, and like I think it's working so far in this year.
I don't think I've ever heard that answer. Good on you for going outside the box with that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a couple more questions here.
Oh, you're fine.
Going into potential professional camps or even like junior camps when you first went to Windsor,
Yeah.
what do you think helped you to stand out?
Like I was like for me, it's like I was like when I came into Windsor, I was willing to learn so much, right? Like I think a lot of guys like when they go into camps or like they're like a little they think they're the best, right? Like I'm coming in like I knew I wasn't the best, but I knew I was good, right? So like I just soaked everything in, like learn from older guys or like just like put your pride to the side and ask guys questions and learn things. You know what I mean? And like all it can do is help your game, or you can learn something from them. So that's the approach I took.
So you went into every camp just being a sponge,
Yeah,
right?
just trying to soak everything in, and it's like I think that helped me a lot.
No doubt. Okay, what are 3 skills or abilities that you think every goalie should like have mastered?
Um, Short memory for sure. Like if you give a bad goal, you got to forget it before the puck drops. Um, I think every goalie should be able to compete no matter what. Should be able to always compete for the save. Like you should never give up on a play. You never know what can happen, and probably the ability to read a play. I think that's something they should be able to learn.
Yeah. All stuff that they can, that's totally like themselves dependent, right? You
Yeah,
don't need a goalie coach for any of that stuff.
yeah, for sure.
Easy. That just made my job a little easier. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Over here, Western Canada, I've been talking to a good amount of goalies about like their pregame routine. Like minor hockey's getting into playoffs, soon to be like provincials and championships and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of nerves going around right now, and a lot of people are changing what they're doing,
Okay.
right? And it's for me, it's like, okay, you've had the same routine all season long. Like, why are you changing it, especially for playoffs?
Yeah.
Right?
For me, yeah, like for me, it's like my routine. My routine, like a routine for me, is something you just don't think about. So like for me, like so I'll walk you through my routine. Like I get to the rink about 2 hours, 2.5 hours before the game. I put my sticks on the bench, and then I go I stay loose. Like I talk to the guys, laugh, but I'm still listening to music. Like I'm still focused in, but you don't want to be so uptight because that's how you make mistakes. And then we go through our power play film, then we go through a PK film, and then sometimes we have a team meeting, sometimes we don't. And then we go play soccer. And then I go back to my sticks and I take my sticks and I listen to music. And that's it, right? Like then I go get dressed. Once that 40 o'clock hits, I'm looking to get dressed. Like I'm finishing up what I'm doing and I get dressed. But I've had great games when I did that routine, and I've had bad games when I do the routine. But like you never like, a routine, you never break it, you never change it, no matter like what the outcome is. You know, like to change it for playoffs, it's like I feel like you're just putting more like unnecessary pressure on yourself. Like yes, playoffs like everything matters a little bit more in playoffs, but like you're there for a reason, right? Like that routine is what got you there, so you might as well stick with it and live with the outcome.
Absolutely. Okay, you kind of touched on this with the pressure. Okay, I'm gonna just change it to emotions here.
Okay.
How do you control your emotions in like high stress situations?
So that's funny. So I learned like I read a book this during the season, and actually um it, I learned to take my emotions out of the game. Like you can't be too high, you can't be too low, because that's how things break down, right? So I've learned to just keep an even kill on the ice, and then like yeah, you can go celebrate with your team after you win, right? But on the ice, like let's just say you go down 2 goals, you can't have bad body language because the bench reads that or your coaches read that, and it's like, oh, Medina's out of the game or he's not ready anymore. It's like no, you got to keep a nice even kill. So like guys, like let's just say you're getting outshot 20-5 and you're losing 2-1. They look down at the other end and you're cool, calm, and collective. That's going to give your guys confidence to go keep playing and hopefully figure it out.
What was the book that you read?
It's called Relentless, and I think it's
Oh,
good. The great,
I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was the Relentless book.
yeah,
That
yeah,
book's been going around like crazy this year.
yeah. I read it. Yeah, probably one of the best books I've read.
Oh, no doubt. Do you have any other like book suggestions? I'm a bit of a
No, I
nerd.
guess no. Like that's not like I've read like Game of Thrones, like other books like that. But that's the really book that I read that helped me like mentally focus in.
Right on. Okay. Um, let's see. I got 3 questions,
Okay,
and then we're good.
okay.
Um, Looking back on your career, what's the biggest or best highlight that you cherish the most?
Oh, okay. There's two. Obviously, my first win in the OHL. Like that's huge for me. And then probably my TSN save. That's probably my big my big moment in the OHL for my career. Like it was an unbelievable save, and I'll probably never forget that.
That's pretty cool. Was it a TSN turning moment save?
No, we ended up losing the game still, but like I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like it hit the post off my back, and I did like a 180, like a 360, and got it with my glove.
Oh, I didn't even recognize that was you. I know exactly the same. That was you.
In Kitchener, yeah, that was me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. All right, two last ones, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
What's something that you wish someone told you when you were in Peewee and Bantam? So like U13, U15 age.
Probably to just enjoy it, like have fun. Like as much stress and everything there is just like you're not going to play the game forever. So just have fun with it and enjoy the moments that you have, and don't be afraid to make friends with your teammates.
Don't be afraid, eh?
Yeah.
All right. And then what's been the best goalie lesson or tip that you've received?
Um, to put in the work consistently, like if you're doing a drill, if you're doing a rep, stay consistent with it. Don't keep flipping sides. Stay with one side, and every time you restart, stick with that same side. And because like once your habits stay consistent, then you will be consistent.
That's a good outlook. That's a good outlook. Okay. Xavier Medina, I really appreciate you coming on today and doing this, taking the time out of your busy day, I'm sure. Best of luck in the playoffs. Kick some butt.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.